Okay, so this I guess would be my first video where I'm doing something that's not just fucking up some sandbox game or something like that. I'm doing a computer upgrade. And no, it's not an RTX 3090, although I wish it was. It's a fan that cost $5, and we're putting it in the computer. So, yeah. Alright, so the first step in this process is going to be clearing off your poorly lit desk area, or flat surface, and moving all your peripherals off. But yeah, I'm just recording this on my phone, so nothing professional. But you know what? Who cares? It's YouTube, and this isn't Linus Tech Tips or anything. This is just me installing a fan. Mouse can go. My actual good keyboard, this is a Corsair K95, nice and clicky. This can go as well. And that's just the webcam for work Zoom meetings that just crashed down right there. This is incredibly dirty, so I think I'm gonna get a paper towel and just wipe it down because it's gross. Okay, so here's a jump cut of where I'm at now. Cleaned it off, moved the computers up, and yes, computers plural. And why is it plural? Well, okay, this is my work computer. That's from work, and the reason why I even brought this up is because I can ground myself just by doing that, every once in a while, so I don't destroy my computer. And yeah, you could have this plugged in and it be off and you do it that way, but this minimizes the risk of me accidentally turning this thing on while I'm in the middle of working on it. Stay tuned, I will be upgrading my CPU. Also, the case is really fucked up. There's an art project thing that a friend of mine tried to do on it, and it's kind of fucked now, but just disregard that and we'll kind of just get started. Alright, so here's the computer on its side. A little bit of history with this computer. This is something I actually built myself, and you can definitely tell. This looks like a family of rats made their home in here because the cable management is so bad, but you can at least see some PCI Express slots. The graphic card lights up, and this is most of the space. It's just this cooler here. So, I mean, at the end of the day, do I really care how messy it looks over here? No, not really, because that's all just... You don't see that when the window's on. You just kind of see this section. But yeah, this is the computer I've been using for 5 years now. And the CPU in it's a 5820K. Still does the job pretty good. I will be upgrading it though, because, we got new consoles out, and I want to be at least somewhat competitive with that. Even though I'm still using an X99 motherboard, but I'm totally upgrading to a 6950X, which used isn't that much, but it's still kind of expensive. And then I got a 1080, which eventually I'm going to want to replace that with a 3080, but this will do the job for the time being, especially because 3080 right now costs as much as, a decent used car, because scalpers. I hate scalpers. Okay, anyway, so here's our fan right here. And it's got these plugs. And I did a little bit of homework, and I figured out where to plug this in. And you plug it in. Hold on, I'm going to flash my light in there so I can see. Oh, here we go. So that's it. Yeah, chassis fan, 4. And I'm just going to use that because it's the closest one. Even though I don't have 4 fans, I have this back fan. Oh, it's really zoomed in. Also, it's kind of dirty as fuck. But you know what? I'm just going to leave it for now. Because I'm doing one thing, and that's not cleaning this out. It's adding a fan right there. Because right now, we just got like this basic one that came with the case. And this is a weird-ass case, too. It's a thermal take. But anyway, there's that came with the case. And, yeah, it's kind of, if you can look at this, it's kind of blocked. So by the time any air comes out of here, it's kind of just like a wasp fart that kind of just drifts into here. And then, you got all these fans blowing air places, and there's not a whole lot coming in. The exhaust fan, there's only one spot for it, but it's at least in a good spot. It's not blocked by ton. I mean, it's blocked by this giant cooler, but I mean, this goes out to that, so it makes a little more sense than just, hey, my hard drives are cool, but all the rest of my crap is hot. So I'm going to try to get this installed somehow. Quick update, I was able to kind of just shove it in. And as you can see, I kind of just shoved it in, and it's in there. Not at all in place, but I didn't have to take this whole thing apart. I think I can get this aligned to a degree of, it being workable. Ground myself. Gotta do that every once in a while, otherwise you'll destroy everything. But yeah, it's time to screw this in. So I will do that. You see those holes? You line it up, you screw it in. Bit of a dilemma. This screw that it came with, I don't know what this is designed for, but it's not fitting in this. That's for sure. That's a really small hole for this to get into. So I'm going to have to go and look for some screws, and it's going to suck. But I will let you know when I get those. Alright, simple update. I'm an idiot. This thing easily pops off. It's not even hard. Not at all. So literally, this is my view. That's really badly dusty. I might want to try to clean that off at least a little, even if it's just by hand. But yeah, I was making this way harder for myself than it actually was. But it looks like how the old one worked, or the original fan. It had screws that went all the way back. I don't know what the hell these are for. Like, how would that do anything? I don't know. But I have to find something like that. In worst case scenario, I just hijack 2 from here. Quick little update. Here's the old fan. You know how it looks like fine? The new one looks like shit because these random screws I had laying around, and that's the fan. But you know what? Who cares? Because it's going to be behind this grate, which has that filter, which goes behind this whole thing. So you're not really going to see this horrible, horrible thing. The repercussions, though, might come in the form of pain. When you look on this side, yeah, those are sharp. It's probably not the best solution, honestly, but you know what? It's holding it in place. I can plug that in to the motherboard, and I will have a working fan. I just have to be careful not to stab myself whenever I'm doing anything in here, which isn't very often, so there you go. I guess the last step is let me destatify myself here. Okay. Probably should have done this earlier, but untwisty tie this thing. Hold on. There we go. Now we have some length to deal with here. Not a lot. That is a short thing. But it's just long enough to get to our chassis fan for. And judging by how huge this is, I'm going to assume we just use this little guy. Oh, and I can see where this fits. Destatify, because I'm anxious. And I'm pretty sure I'll destroy this because I'm on carpet, but we'll see. And sort of just get that in there. Sort of there. And there we go. Not a huge fan of like the McDonald's-y looking colors that are coming right front and center here, but you know what? It's a fan. It'll work, and that's all I need. And also, kind of don't really see that once this is all reassembled. So I guess the last thing is hook it up and see if it works. All right, well, I got it plugged in. There is signs of life, and I will turn it on. Hopefully these fans work. Ah, look at it go. Look at it spin. It's blowing. It's sucking. We're getting some air in there. All right. Well, I'd call that a job done. Not well done, but it's a job, and it was done. And there's a fan, and it spins, and it's connected to a motherboard. So, yeah, now our cords mess is even uglier. But overall, pretty happy. It works.